Rev up your engines! Do I really work on cars? People see my hands and think, oh, that guy can't be a mechanic. His hands aren't all filthy and worn out. I mean, look at him. I'm 65 years old. Hands are still pretty smooth, still working pretty good. But I do work on cars. I've been doing it for the last 51 years. But many years ago, kind of as a joke, but not a joke Christmas present, my wife got me a box of gloves. They weren't these safe grips, they were a different kind. Decades ago, I used to work on a lot of Mercedes diesels. And in the winter when it's colder, that diesel would actually stain your hands black. And she didn't like that. So she got me the gloves so my hands would be okay. And she wouldn't mind if I was touching her with my hands because they weren't dirty. Now, a lot of guys used to say, oh, Scotty, you're not a real man. You're not a real mechanic. You're wearing gloves when you're working on cars. To which I responded, no, I am a real man, and I like real women. And most real women don't want you touching them with dirty hands. So if you have clean, nice hands, you can do a lot more touching. Now, I like these safe grips because they're cufflinks. They're long. They last a long time. They got feelies on them so you can pick up stuff. But if you're allergic to rubber products, no, you can't get them. You'd have to go get nitrile ones. But the nitrile ones, they're thinner, they don't last as long, they rip. If you're not allergic to rubber, definitely get these. They're the best. Now, let's say you don't want to wear gloves, or here in Texas in the summer, sometimes it is so hot. When I put those gloves on, in 5 minutes, my hand is just sweltering in sweat and water dripping all over the place, and I can't wear gloves then. You gotta clean your hands with something. Now, over the years, I've tried many different kinds of soap. This grip clean has to be the best one I ever tried out. I've been using it for a couple of years now. It uses dirt to fight dirt. As they say, it's the world's first soap that's infused with dirt. Now, the reason it has dirt in it is because dirt absorbs grease and all kinds of stuff. It works with water to pull it out of your body, and it doesn't ruin your hands. The only downside I see of this soap is you really have to use it with water. It kind of activates it. So what happens is this end here, if you don't use it very often, it cakes up and you got to pull it off with your fingers. I figured out that pretty fast though. I do wear the gloves an awful lot. So a lot of times the soap gets hard and you just got to pull off the little edge and then it starts pumping again. As you can see here, even looks like dirt. The stuff's actually an exfoliant. It goes into pores and cleans, so kind of like the idea of women going into one of those spas and having a mud mask put on. You're basically putting mud all over cleaning yourself. And this stuff smells good. It's got a little lime scent. My wife even uses it when she cleans the bathtub. And it does smell good. I remember when I was a young mechanic. Whew, the soaps that we used, a lot of them were pretty much kerosene based. And the kerosene on your skin is not a good thing. It gets absorbed into your bloodstream eventually. I mean, I've met guys in the past that worked at body shops, and they would clean their hands by sticking them in paint solvent gigantic barrel that they used to thin the paint with. I mean, not a good thing that goes into your bloodstream. This stuff is totally good for you. It isn't going to hurt you. But at the same time, when I'm not wearing gloves, it does get the grease off really well. I have no problem with it getting grease off. You just need to add water to the mix to get it working. Now, the next product I'm talking about isn't for cleaning you. It's for cleaning and shining your car. It's made by a company called Lithium. It's called Seal and Squeal, and I gotta say, it's the best polish and shine maker that I've ever seen for paint and plastic. I don't know if it has anything to do with lithium. That's the name of the company. If it has lithium, they don't tell you what's in the stuff because they're trade secrets. But watch this. I took the dash plate out of the matrix. And you can see how it's worn. It's got spots on it. It's not all that shiny anymore. So we just get some of the lithium, put it on a clean old little towel, and start polishing. And now I put it back in the car. Look at it shine. Look at the shine. Here's the polished part, and we go to the other side. Here's the non-polished part. You can sure tell the difference in the shine. It's made for paint, too. That was the main thing. I just found that it worked great on plastic, also. Then you got a clean towel, wipe it off, and as you can see, not only is it shiny, but it's a polish. It got rid of the scratch that was there. It's real squealy here and slippery. And where we didn't do it yet, it's rough. I just wish I knew what was in it, but they're never going to give out their formula. I just find that this stuff, hey, it's amazing. It really does a fantastic job. Now, if you notice this sitting over here, you might think, what the heck's that? Well, that's the last thing I'm talking about. Now, these mats, made by a company called Kangaroo, are great. It's padded. It's thick. All the time I get guys asking me, hey, Scotty, you've been working on cars for 50 years. Doesn't your back go out? I quit wrenching because my back got so sore from bending over all the time. If you use Nice padded mats like this, you can keep your back in great shape. They're padded and they're extremely comfortable, but they're not uber thick. The other thing I use them for is even more interesting. Most modern cars are pretty low to the ground. You want to get under there, you don't want to get all dirty and rip your back up, but you can't really use a creepy crawler with wheels because they make you sit up too high. So you get a long, thin one of these kangaroos, under it goes. And then under I go to work. And the coolest thing is if you're working and liquids and stuff spill all over it, you just have to wipe them off. Comes right off easily. I have to admit, when I was a younger mechanic, I did a lot of mobile work. And I used to buy rug remnants at rug stores cheap, throw them and crawl them, but when you got oil and goo on them, it messed them up. You had to throw them away and keep buying other ones. This thing you can wash over and over and over again. Now, since it's Mechanic Monday, I'm going to be giving away some of this Seal and Squeal. To have a chance to win, place a clean, non-offensive comment on the YouTube comments below, and the winner will be chosen randomly by a computer to get some of this great polish to make their car shine. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.